Hey guys, Strip Head Lawn, the most targeted citizen. Just going to do more documenting. Told you guys, after all the vandalism, all three of my Broncos, both my Broncos and my Ranger, every same thing has been done to this thing. 2 distributors here, 2 distributors there, 1 distributor in my Ranger. We've done plugs, wires, cap, button, ignition coil, starter solenoid, new starter in that one, all the same things. And see, when I do my vehicles, I always do them correctly. This truck I've had for 20 years, and I've never had issues out of this truck, ever. The only thing I've ever replaced was from when my fiance that was murdered, when she tore the transmission out of it and burnt the clutch up. That's the only thing I had to replace besides the, I blew out the differential in it when I was trying to pull a tree out of the ground. That's the only things that have been done to this thing besides a water pump, which is basic maintenance. This thing got 168,000 miles on it. I take immaculate care of my vehicles. Immaculate care. I can't wash them as much as I used to because it's such a crap hole here, but mechanically I take explicitly great care of my vehicle. So when I put plug wires on, I make sure they're in the loom and in the loom correctly. This is a wire loom and everyone goes to the way they're supposed to go. Well, this one, after I've replaced these plugs twice now, started acting stupid again. I come out here and I looked at it the other day and the plug wire was taken off number 3. Then I checked number 4, and it was loose. Now, I just changed these out. Just put all new wires on it, all new plugs, all new cap, all new button, all new ignition coil, everything electrical new, including the $220 computer that was fried somehow. And it's amazing how it was fried, because you would think the whole thing would just... But it looked like one circuit on it had an electrical jolt sit through it, and it burnt 2 little circuits out of the back of the computer. Yeah, that doesn't just happen. So I determined the plug wire was off. When I looked at the plug wire the other day, I said, well, it's off. Then I looked closer and I said, well, it's off. So that tells me that plug, both 3 and 4 are probably fouled. But not only that, I checked the wire in the loom and the number 3 wire was put on the number 4. And the number 4 wire was just sitting on the 3. So it would do a misfire. So the check engine light would keep coming on to make me think something is radically wrong with it. So I come out here to double check, and I always Google. I always Google just to make sure, as if I don't need it, just to make sure on my firing order. And those 2 plug wires had been changed, separated, turned back on. Right? Because they're pretty much the easiest to reach into. Pretty much the easiest to reach into. So now I got to go check all of them. So number 3 and number 4 plug wires were taken off and changed and not even put on correctly. These don't even have 30 miles on these plugs and they're already destroyed. Look, completely gas fouled, destroyed. Guess how much a box of plugs are? Guess how much this box is for 4 plugs? $36. $36 for plugs. And all it takes is somebody, and let me tell you this, they have locksmiths that work for them. They'll have your keys within a matter of time. If not only your keys, my keys disappeared from inside of my house about 3 years ago. A whole wad of keys. Even to this day now, I still haven't had the money to replace the key that controls this, because they took that key. I still don't have the money to replace the door key on my Ranger because of the vandalism. $25, $35, $40 all the time, every stinking week. Every week. Oh, guess what we had to do? The other day, remember I told you they let the air out of the tires with my Ranger? Well, we rotated the tire, and I checked it, and there wasn't a screw in that thing at all. Well, guess what we found in there today? We found, miraculously, there's a screw in there today, wasn't it, Mason? But there wasn't one the other day. So, $8 worth of plugs right here. Brand spanking new plugs. You know how long the last set of plugs lasted in this thing? 20 years. 20 years the last plugs were in this thing because they never needed to be changed. When a vehicle is tuned correctly, everything lasts longer. But when you're a targeted individual, nothing lasts. Nothing survives. There's always a flat. There's always oil gone. There's always antifreeze gone. There's always water missing. There's always something on your vehicle to destroy. And I've got cameras. Oh, let me tell you. See, hear it idle like that? That's not regular. That's not normal. My truck doesn't idle down like that and make that noise right there. And like all my vehicles, guess what? See, hear it stumbling? My truck doesn't do that. My truck doesn't stumble like that unless something's been done to it. They have shot this freaking computer out again.